Well, with Kenny Omega out on the shelf indefinitely, who knows when he'll be coming back, if he'll come back, Dave Meltzer has went out and got himself a little side chick to keep him busy, a new toy to play with, if you will, a new fetish to throw as many stars at as humanly possible. And that is, of course, in Will Ospreay, who is the embodiment of AEW's new slogan, "Where the best wrestle," which I think is hard to argue. Bell to bell, you line up all of WWE's in-ring matches against AEW's in-ring matches. And I think it's hard to argue that the actual wrestling itself is better in AEW. Does that translate to people buying tickets to go see it or watching it on the TV? Doesn't seem to be yet, but who knows? Maybe Will Ospreay will be the guy to get him there. Now, of all the new signings to AEW, Will Ospreay seems to be the big hit. He's the one that's getting over. He's getting the crowd reactions. He's getting the match adulations. I don't know where he's at in the ratings, but he's probably not tanking the ratings either. Will Ospreay's money. He's the guy, him and Swerve Strickland are the two guys that you need to build AEW around going forward. It's not going to be the Young Bucks. It's not going to be Kenny Omega. You need to build that company around those two, which I think is actually probably, if they're smart, that's the main event of AEW All In London this year. You do England's hometown boy, the aerial assassin Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland for the world title. I think that's a huge money match that will most likely sell out Wembley all over again. I think it will. But was the match the best match in U.S. history, as Dave Meltzer claims? Well, let's check out the clip while we listen to Meltzer suck this match's dick a little bit, jerk it off, squeeze the balls, all that stuff, and then we'll catch you on the flip end.
That damn Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson match.
Man, I tell you what, I heard somebody not too long ago, I saw something and people were going like, he's already given out 7 5-star matches this year. And it's like, do you watch Will Ospreay? You know what I mean? The guy's at a different level. I'll tell you what, I was watching this match and it's just we've talked about this before, but man, those Triple H comments, they aged like milk, like stale milk, because man, there's no way you could watch this guy and with any kind of a straight face and go like, oh, he's not good enough for us. His attitude's not good enough, or there's no criticism other than you blew it. You didn't make a competitive offer, and that's that. That actually kind of got addressed in the press conference for a second, but Jesus Christ. It's just it's unbelievable watching that match. That match was so good on so many different levels. And, it was one of the best matches I've ever seen. I would not say the best, but there were aspects it was the best. But I don't want to downplay Danielson, because Danielson was every bit, a part of this, it wasn't just like a one-man show by any means. These two guys, they gelled at a level that, you very rarely see. It was probably the best match ever in the United States. I cannot come up with a match in the United States that man, I can't come up with a match in the United States that I would compare it to.
Was it the greatest match on U.S. soil? I don't know. I don't think Meltzer's star ratings are out yet as I'm recording this. I did do a quick search on Google and didn't come across it yet. I imagine this will probably be a 6-star match. If he's already going as far as to say it's the best in U.S. history, what's his highest star rating? 7 stars? Is that what he's done? 7? This will be over 5. This will be at least a 6-star match. Maybe it would have been 7 if it happened in the Tokyo Dome, as Bruce Pritchard would laugh about, but it's true, right? But this, was it the greatest match in U.S. history? Who knows? It's always debatable. It's subjective. It was a hell of a match. If you haven't seen this match, if you're somebody that doesn't watch AEW, That might be a match you want to seek out. Watch Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson any which way you can and see what all the hype's about, because they fucking nailed it. They nailed it. And this is why AEW gets the reputation for being the best wrestling. Now, it hasn't sold tickets yet, so it's not wrestling. Obviously, stories are better than wrestling at this point. Nobody cares about Does this prove Vince Russo right, by the way? Because it's the stories, bro, that are drawing the ratings for WWE, but the wrestling, bro. No one likes wrestling. Can barely stay at 800,000. 800,000 is a good number for AEW nowadays. 300,000 is a standard draw for a fucking 10,000 seat arena. It's not good. So is the wrestling really, bro? Is it really a draw? I don't know. If I were AEW, I would build around Will Ospreay. That's your next star. That is the star. You know, everybody talks about, AEW doesn't, it's all ex-WWE guys, no homegrown guys. Will Ospreay can be your homegrown guy. Nobody wants to consider New Japan. They consider that like the Indies or whatever, so they can't say he's a New Japan guy or whatever, though that's where he's been for 10 years now? Fuck, I remember Will Ospreay, God, years ago. I think he came on my radar because he had the match with Vader, and that drew a little bit of controversy because Vader didn't, I don't remember exactly. Vader didn't want to do all the silly shit that Ospreay wanted to do in the match. And I think they might have got into it a little bit there, but I don't remember what happened with that. I'll have to go back and look that up. But Ospreay kind of popped on my radar around that time. And it was also, I started watching New Japan when Jim Ross went over there to do commentary. And God, what was that? Like Wrestle Kingdom 10? Wrestle Kingdom 9 when he went over there. It was before Shinsuke left and anything like that. I think AJ was the head of the Bullet Club at the time, and Will Ospreay was on the undercard there as a junior heavyweight, a light heavyweight, if you will. He's always been great. A bit of a spot monkey. I think he could use some more working with veterans. Put him in there. He's already worked with Jericho. Put him in there with like Dustin Rhodes. Have a little TV run with Dustin, just to get the experience from him. I don't know if you could pluck a couple other vets out of the locker room to put him up against Will Ospreay and versus Edge at some point. Get him that experience from the old WWE vets to learn a more chilled out style a little bit, because he's going to need that anyway as he gets older and his body starts to fall apart on him. But he's got the personality. He's connecting with the audience. He's connecting with the crowd. He's really, really getting over. And his music's dope, right? His music's one of the probably easily the top 10 in the business right now, maybe top 5. Elevate me to the sky. Whoa. Yeah, it's good shit. And he comes out and he's got the fucking beautiful robes on. He looks like $1,000,000. He looks like a star. He carries himself like a star. He talks like a star. He wrestles like a mega star. He's getting himself over with the fans as a babyface. He's absolutely lovable. If you listen to this guy in any interview he ever does, it's going to be impossible to not have a fucking gay crush on him, I swear to God, because he's so adorable. He's so sweet. He's so kind. He's so charming. He's so charismatic. And yet he's got that dirty British potty mouth where he's dropping fucking F-bombs and cunt words and all that shit constantly. It's the best. He's the best. Will Ospreay is the guy that you need. He's the baby face of your company. Swerve Strickland, the heel of your company. Swerve's obviously a huge baby face right now. Maybe you could still do things with him to make him a dastardly heel where you can build that match, him versus Ospreay at Wembley. And you know what I would do actually with Will Ospreay? I would straight up steal the Cody storyline. I would build Will Ospreay up to getting the world title match at All In, Wembley Stadium, London. The biggest show of his entire career. Fans there to fucking eat it all up against Swerve, but Swerve beats him. Swerve beats him! And he's got to fight all year to get back to that spot. Now, I don't know if I'd keep the title on Swerve the whole time, but get back to Wembley for another world title shot and win it there. Because it might be too soon for Will. And it's definitely, I think, too soon to take it off of Swerve by summertime. Unless you do like Will wins the fucking the All-Atlantic Continental Gimmick Schnavitz title or something like that. You could do that too, I suppose, but it feels a little mid, doesn't it? Ospreay's your guy, Swerve's your guy. Build around those two to rebuild your company because, look, they're on the right track right now coming out of Dynasty. Dynasty was a great pay-per-view. Dynasty had a sold-out crowd, by the way. It was packed. They were rowdy. They were into it. They were diehard AEW fans in there, and they were excited for the product, and they were given a hell of a show. If AEW can continue that momentum, but they got to do more. They got to do more than just great wrestling matches. That's the thing. What's the story that's going to keep you tuning in week to week? I have to see this week and see what's going on. It's not going to be, Will Ospreay's wrestling Claudio Castagnoli. Look, when I saw that, I was like, fuck, that'd be a banger. But then, you know what I also thought? I can't. I got better things to do than sit down and watch a 2-hour Dynamite. Or even go acquire Dynamite to skim through it. You know, if I'm going to skim through it, I might as well just watch the whole fucking thing. So they got work to do. But to wrap this up here, because I've been going a little bit long, Will Ospreay is the guy to do it. If anybody can help pull AEW out of the gutter, it's the combination of Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. You take those two and you just fucking run with them as your two biggest stars and feed everybody else to them. Everybody else is there to build up those two guys. You just fucking, that's your Rock and your Stone Cold. Not to say that they are Rock and Stone Cold. That's an egregious comparison. But comparing, if you're the Attitude Era, what are your two top stars are Rock and Stone Cold. If you're AEW right now, you're Mach and Hogan. They're your whatever the fuck whatever. If you want to go to TNA and you want to say they're your AJ Styles and whoever the fuck else over there, it doesn't matter. Point being, they're your two top stars. Book them appropriately. Build your company around them, and tell good stories. God damn it! And I think it's possible to turn this ship around without having to kick Tony Khan's ass to the curb and replace him as Booker. But what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. What did you think of Meltzer's thoughts? Meltzer's new love obsession with Will Ospreay. Do you agree with that? What star rating would you give that match? Are you one of the people that don't see it in Will? Overrated. Don't care. Spot monkey. Let me know those down in the comments below too. But really, give me your thoughts. Because if you watched a Will Ospreay match, or do you just see like highlights of him doing the big spots and go, spot monkey? He's got work to do. He doesn't sell. He's a pretty good sell, but he could have did a better job of selling too. He can do things to make it look a little more in the moment and rough around the edges and more like a real fight than choreographed. But I still, the way those moves are tied together, the way I don't know, man. One of my all-time favorites right now, currently. Love to watch this shit, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments below. And does he have what it takes to bring AEW out of the gutter? Him and Swerve together, possibly? Or is it just a lost cause at this point? Let me know. Peace, love, and pizza. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next.
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah, and you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it.